Well, welcome to this Sports Showcase event. I'm Don Morrison with Harford TV. With me, Christine Mitchell. Christine, Harford Tech going against Falston, two teams that have really, to my knowledge, never met before. They've been in different conferences all this time. Now that they've realigned, they're going to be playing against one another, even though they're in different divisions of the Yuckback. Should be a great game tonight.
I agree. I think that we've got two teams that are pretty evenly matched. They're coming in, both are ready to win this game, and I think that they're going to come and bring their best to the game tonight.
Christine, if the JV game is any indication, it was 26-24 and 25-22. Falston won them both, but Harford Tech came from way down behind and showed what their coach says is their feisty nature.
I totally agree with that. I think that when you see younger teams, you'll end up seeing what it's going to look like on a varsity level. That's their building years, and then those years change into the varsity level, and you see those things grow, and should be a really great matchup tonight.
We're talking about the Harford Tech, the visitors coming in at 3 wins and 4 losses. Sienna Woodland, number 3, somebody to watch. 30 kills, 23 perfect serve receives. Number 8 is Faith and Green. We'll talk more about her and the kind of all-around person that she is. Another person you want to keep your eye on. And also number 13, Sloan Mister. 45 kills, and the number 20, Emmy Chasen. These are Falston players. Emma Chasen, 15 digs, 13 aces. Libero, Mary Path, 47 digs and 7 aces. And the thing, Christine, I notice about Falston, they've got 8 returning players, 6 of them who started full-time last year, and the other 2 who came in late in the season to play a lot. So they have a lot of experience.
They do, and yet they're coming in. Last year was a growing year for them. They came back last year. They kind of started. They were a young team, so they're coming in, pretty strong this year after building last year. So it should be a good match. It's also interesting to note that both teams have identified some of their liberos, which is one of our defensive specialists. You'll see those players in different colored uniforms. It's a newer thing. I say newer in the last 10 years. I'm showing my age. Probably longer than 10 years. But the 2 liberos are the defensive specialists. They play solely in the back row, but they're the players that are going to be the ones running all over the court. And it's interesting, both teams have identified them as players to watch.
Yeah, Christine, you talk about libero. That is, they'll be wearing a different color uniform. Some folks who are not familiar with new volleyball, what are they doing? Well, they're a young lady who doesn't go beyond that 10-foot line. She, plays the defense. She's that all-around spark plug. My granddaughter plays libero, so I'm a little bit, let's say, prejudiced toward a libero. I think they're a key to how a team plays.
Absolutely. If you can't get a pass off, you can't get a set, you can't get a hit off. So those liberos are definitely key players on the court. They definitely are not generally identified as much, unfortunately, because they don't get the glory of the kill, but they're such an essential part of the team, and you'll definitely see them sacrificing a lot. Their bodies, they're on the floor, they're all over the court, and that's what they're expected to do. So generally, they're a pretty strong athlete to be a libero.
Yeah, and as you said, sort of unsung because they don't get all the glory, but they're the ones that really are the glue that holds the team together.
Absolutely.
Folks know that in volleyball, it's 3 times. You hit the ball 3 times on your side, it's got to go over. The net violation is something that I like to watch. The officials, and we'll talk about them in a minute, sometimes the officials call that net violation very closely. And sometimes they let them get into the net a little bit more.
It's, it's really dependent upon the referees that you have. At the varsity level, I would hope that they end up calling more. At a JV level, they do tend to let a little bit slide. The center line, obviously, underneath the net is a little bit of a different thing. They cannot cross over that center line at all. That's for safety purposes and for also, fair play. So it'll be interesting to see where these refs stand with that.
And Christine, like most gyms, it is a low ceiling, relatively low. We're going to see the ball go up among the rafters. If it hits the rafters and comes back on the defensive side, you can still hit it.
Absolutely, as long as it's not the third touch. On the third touch, it's then considered a dead ball. So, at a varsity level, these two teams, I would hope to not see a lot of ball in the rafters. I feel like they should have good control of their passing. On those hard hits, though, and some of these girls were swinging pretty hard during warm-up, so it'd be great to see. Sometimes those balls just do go no matter what you do up into the rafters. We'll see how the girls handle that.
That's 3 out of 5, 25 points for the first 4 games. If you go to the 5th game, it's 15. We're just about ready to start. Falston serving from right to left across your TV screen. We're underway at Falston High School. Nice
What a great block.
Block right
Yep.
at the net. That was Maddie Kelly up and blocking that ball, so the point goes to Falston. Also, Christine, some people who haven't watched volleyball recently, rally scoring. You can score without serving the ball.
Absolutely, and it's interesting. She's got Abigail Wagner serving number 1. She's currently at 14 aces for the season. That's a great person to start off your serving.
Nice dig. Good save there by the libero. At the net,
Another block.
Up and blocking. There's that number 4 again, Maddie Kelly. Second straight point that she's been able to make for her team. Abby Wagner, you mentioned 12 aces already on the year. Off the hands.
Nice.
That's point 3, 3-0. Christine, as a coach, when do you call timeout if your team is beginning to fall behind?
You know, it's interesting, Don. You really have to, it bases on each individual team. Some girls require a little bit more breaks in the beginning. It really depends on how your team works. Some work better under pressure. Some need that break. Some need the reset. Some just need, oh, what a nice swing by Falston, number 13.
Yeah, that was a
Sloan
great
missed
save.
her.
Sloan missed her. She has 45 kills coming in. You can see why. Not a particularly tall young lady, but she gets up well. 4-0 to score. Wagner with the serve. Nice low serve.
Good placement.
Oh, beautiful
That was
job.
great placement. That back deep corner is a great spot.
And libero goes out. We have a new player in the court. We'll identify her in just a moment. That's Jamila Camacho to serve. The lefty.
Nice
There's
swing.
that flag.
Good up. But that's that hard swing we were talking about in the rafters. Sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do with that. Good handle on the ball. She just needs a little bit more control next time.
5-1 the score.
Got the libero going out on the right side for Falston. New server, number 2 coming in, Mia Corsi.
Yeah, Mia is the senior.
Nice
That
deep
almost
serve.
was going to be long, but that's a big decision they've got to make.
Nice up by Abigail Wagner. Good reach, and there's the net violation, number 3.
We talked about that, yeah. 3 got into the net.
That was a tight set. That's hard for her to pull out, tough to swing, but she tried her hardest, and unfortunately sometimes that's just going to happen.
That was Carrie Chandler who got into the net, and the point goes to Harford Tech. 5-2 now.
We had a sub on the right side, and then our libero came back in.
Nice deep serve.
Nice back row attack. Good.
That could have been long had they let it go, but that's such a tough decision to make. Make it now 6-1 or 6-2 actually. Falston led this at one point at 4-0. Server serving from the middle, left-handed.
Another deep serve. Nice pass.
Libero sets it up nicely. Did
That
she
was a
touch it?
touch.
Yeah, it was a touch. It would have been out, but it was touched by the player. So that point goes to Falston. They're up now 7-2.
Now, interesting with that, a libero cannot set a ball in front of the 10-foot line with open hands. She can only underhand pass that ball. Or it would be considered an illegal attack if somebody attacked the ball. Good movement on both sides.
Block, but the point goes to Harford Tech. Block, but it went out of bounds. 7-4. Check it 7-3.
Is number 14, Layla Price, using the block to gain that point on that tip. Good cut.
Good job, too.
Good pickup by the libero.
That was Camacho making that play. Nice dig. Set a little close to the net. You put the ball that close to the net, your ace people, yeah, I should call them ace people, the kill type people, just don't have room to be able to get up and get it over the net.
That's a tough set.
Yep. 8-3. Little miscommunication there. Two people went for the ball. 9-3 the lead. Boston led all the way. They were up 4-0. Up now 9-3. Sloan Mister to serve. Good save by Mister. Oh, perfect. Great set, great kill.
Great swing.
That was Mary Pat.
It's a great serve by Sloan Mister.
Hits the ball so low, so hard. Clears the net by what, maybe a couple of inches?
Absolutely.
And it sort of falls in that no man's land. Mister with the serve. That's long. So the skein is broken. Finally, Harford Tech gets a point. 11-4.
We have number 2, Emmy DeBose, back at the serving line.
Emmy DeBose is one of the returning players for Harford Tech. In sports medicine, that's her field at Harford Tech. What
nice
a great
block again.
Boy, she has done a great job there right at the net. It was Natalie Gross, I think, number 19 in the game, who made that block. It's going to be out. But, you know, it looks the serve is so automatic, you think, but wow, how important that serve is.
It's so easy to make a mistake. You have an entire gym staring at you, a quiet gym staring at you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure on them.
It's like putting the ball in golf, you know? Come on, somebody say something.
Good recovery.
Nice set. Chose to dink it over rather than slam it. Up the great
Nice swing.
slam.
Natalie Gross again.
Yeah, Natalie, the lefty senior, her
Nah.
3rd year experience.
Having a sub in now. It's Emma Chasen's coming in, it looks like, to set. And a timeout called by Falston, I believe.
Yeah, and we talked about how there's going to be subs coming in both these teams early in the year. It's kind of mid-year, but they're still developing. Talk about Falston. Last year they had a losing record. This year, you know, they've lost to C. Milton, they've lost to Bel Air, but they've been close matches. They are a developing team. Of the returners, all these returners, Christine, come back next year. So they return as, you know, maybe sophomores up to juniors. Now they'll be seniors next year. That's the kind of thing you as a coach are looking to build.
Yeah, those growing years are tough as a high school coach. Like, you know that season may not be the best, but you're not always looking at the current season. You're looking at the future of the program. So this is a great outlook for them down the road. You know, looking forward to seeing what they're going to do over the next couple years with such a young team.
By the way, interesting refereeing duo. They are mother and son.
That's great.
It's Connor Disharon. He's the down official, and his mom, Shelly Disharon, talked to him before the game, and I said, you know, do you take orders from your mother? Not in volleyball, I don't. Interesting.
Nice pass.
Oh, great block at the net. Keeping it alive. It's got to go over.
Good
and
communication on that side. Nice
Oh,
block.
block. Beautiful block
great
at the
job.
net. Who's that? Was that number 9 who made the block?
I believe that was.
Yana Velez?
Yep. Yana
Yeah.
Velez.
Yana is a first-year player, a culinary arts student. I love these Harford Tech kids. They come from all over the county. You know, there's no community it's not a community school. They leave their home at 6:30 in the morning, catch the bus, and go to Harford Tech with people they've never met before in many cases. I'm so impressed with the way they do their programs there.
Nice swing. Good
Big
reach.
slam.
Number 4, Maddie Kelly again.
Maddie Kelly, 15 kills on the year. Talking to the coaches before, they told me there's an 800 student of application process as freshmen. They accept 200 kids.
It's amazing.
So 600 kids can't get into Harford Tech.
Nice serve again.
Beautiful serve.
There's another ace to her record. That is
Abby Wagner?
number 14, Abby Wagner.
Yeah, the sophomore. 18 kills now. She's got another one here tonight. Makes the score now at 15-6. Great deep serve. 16-6. Christine, in the old days, we're used to serving underhand, go back to the dark ages. What a skill it takes to come from, what, 10, 15 feet behind the line, time your jump, hit the ball exactly right.
And a lot of these girls at this age are starting to jump serve on a regular basis, so it's really been neat to watch. That was a nice grab out of before it contacted the net. Nice up by Abigail again.
Oh, what a
nice
play.
tip. Great up by Emmy
keep it
DeBose.
live.
Double.
Oh, wonderful.
What teamwork on that side. Nice set by Emma. Little late on the swing, but it was a great setup.
We're now at 16-7. Nice play by Carrie Chandler, number 3, where she faked the slam and then kind of flicked it with her left hand. That's almost not there. Can you do that?
You can, and unfortunately it gets worse as they get older.
Oh, right in no man's land, big play.
That middle is, we call it the campfire, because you know, it's like, it's just that open spot in the middle, and seems like we always have everybody kind of standing around watching, waiting for somebody else to grab it. It's a tough spot to defend.
I was watching the ESPN this morning. They had the top plays. Oh, another point for Tech, and they're coming back. I saw a young lady kick the ball with her foot to keep it alive, and that's legal. You can hit it with any part of your body to keep the ball alive.
Absolutely. Anything is fair game. I discourage my girls. However, last-ditch effort, it works.
16-9. The comeback in the making for Harford Tech.
Nice hard swing again.
What a slam.
Sloan missed her.
Yeah, Sloan missed her, the outside hitter, a junior, her 3rd year, started as a freshman. Sub coming in, new person to serve, and that is Mia Corsi in to serve. 17-9. Corsi with the dig.
Good adjust by Sloan again.
I am so impressed with Sloan Mister, the way that she's able to slam the ball even from 10 feet behind the line.
You know, what's great is Sloan moves the ball around. She's not consistently hitting in the same place, which is what you don't want to do. You don't want to become predictable. And Sloan can move the ball around, which makes her harder to defend. That was a great pass. That was Faith Andren, I believe, again.
A little too close to the net, makes it 19-9. Christina, a left-handed server, a left-arm server, does that make a difference in fielding the ball?
You know, serving is a little bit different. It's a little bit different to read. So, you know, as we tell players all the time, another
Christine,
great serve.
It hit the net, too. And it's, again, in the old days, net serve, and, you know, it was off. No, if it hits the net and goes over, it's a point.
That is correct. That was one of the changes in the rules when we switched to rally scoring.
29.
That was a nice up. They need a little bit more communication there. Good reach.
Nice dig.
And
Sloan,
nice tip.
Stop it. That's like a changeup in baseball.
Yep.
You're ready for that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Here comes the 85-mile-an-hour changeup.
And she came in looking like she was going to hit that ball hard and just found the empty hole.
Sloan Mister, 21-9.
Nice swing.
Good slam.
Number 6, Brianna Vogler.
Yeah.
Volker.
Brenna Volker, yeah, the
Brenna.
middle hitter. Junior, 2nd year. Again, a lot of these players, you look down the list, and they're all 2nd and 3rd year players, but they all still have eligibility. Chandler is a junior. Kelly is a junior. Volker is a junior. Rappo a junior. Mister is a junior. Sophomore Wagoner. Junior McLaughlin. Sophomore Von Felker. And Seymour is a senior. Then you've got Gross and Chassain are all seniors. But a lot of these people back next year as well. I'm impressed.
They have a great team, great young team. Going to graduate a couple girls, but a good amount of their starters are already on the younger side.
Christopher Kraft, the 2nd year head coach for Falston, teaches science at Falston Middle School. 8 returning players, as we said, coming back next year. 5 starters back this year. He played, by the way, at St. Francis, did Christopher Kraft. 2 coaches for Harford Tech, Caitlin Torley and her husband, Tanner Torley. Tanner says she is the boss.
Up, nice spot again. Is that campfire again in the middle.
The campfire.
little donut or a campfire. Everybody kind of refers to it as their own thing, but generally it's really tough to defend unless there's a ton of communication on that side.
Yeah, it looks quite open. Now, how do you cover that middle part?
You know, it's generally up to the players have to figure out who's responsible for that area. That was a good attempt at a short serve.
Yeah, trying to just dump it over the net.
Trying to change it up a little bit.
Yep, 23-10 within 2 points now of game point. Mary Path to serve.
Nice
yeah,
serve.
That's in. Yeah.
Great spot. Those deep lines and corners are the way to go for serving. You should generally try to keep it out of the middle of the court on the serve. Generally, your best passers are in the middle of the court, so you always want to try to hit the deep lines and corners.
Game point coming up. Another great serve.
Nice block.
Good block at the net.
Tight set.
Oh,
good
slow.
push.
Great rally. Maybe the best rally we've seen. And a point for
Good
Harford
job.
Tech. That could have been the best volley that we've seen the entire game.
Some great pickups.
And the great thing is their coaches told me feisty. That is a way to describe this Harford Tech team. Maybe they're outgunned a bit, you know, in talent, but they're not going to give up. Then
There you go.
the hammer, and that's the first game. The kill made there by number 6, Brenna Volker. And that is the game, 25-11, as Falston wins the first game, and now we go to the second game. Best 3 out of 5. Again, if you win, if it goes to that 5th game, it's only 15 points, otherwise it's 25. Christine, over the years, volleyball has changed, and you talked about some of that, how the rally scoring and, you know, the hitting the net and the ball going over. What other big changes have you seen in the time that you've been around volleyball?
You know, it's amazing to see all the different changes. I kind of had stepped away from the volleyball world for a couple of years when I had babies, and you know, I came back one day and I turned on the TV and I see this player in the middle of the court with a different colored jersey on, and I'm like, what in the world is that?
They ran out of
where does she come
jerseys.
from? I'm like, why does the girl have a different color on? And it was neat to do the research behind it. What I really love about it is it's given some opportunities for some players that are not as tall to be able to play and have really an important role in the volleyball world. You know, volleyball used to be if you weren't 5'10", you know, 5'9", you were kind of out of the equation, especially on a D1, D2 team. If you weren't 5'10", 5'11", you were never playing. And now it's given more opportunities for different players to play. Some of our D1, D2 athletes, you've got some taller liberos, but you've got some 5'6" liberos that are playing at the college level at D1, and it's really opened up a lot of doors. So the libero to me was probably the biggest change, and I love it because it's opened up some doors for some different players. Rally scoring, I'm still on the fence about. You know, I have a hard time earning points when you don't earn them, but you know, I get the logic behind it. The logic behind it was to speed up the games. You could play a game, and it used to be scored at 21, and it could be a 2-hour game because if nobody was getting their serves over the net, you couldn't earn a point. So it made it really hard as far as timing games because there was no time limit to it. So understand the logic behind it. You know, a lot of changes are coming USAV and through the division NCAA with calling doubles on balls. That's been rolling down progressively to the high school levels. That's a big change that's recently come up. You'll watch, they're not calling as many doubles as they used to. And a double would be when it was double contact on the ball during a set.
Meaning what, the ball goes down into the palm?
Well, not necessarily palms, but if your two hands touch it at different times, like you'll see the ball will rotate or spin. It's one of the, we call them not the prettier sets. What they've decided is they want to let the girls play, and as long as it's not as long as you're not gaining an advantage to that ball. So if the ball remains on your side of the court, they're not calling those as much anymore. If the ball goes over onto the other side of the net, then they potentially could call that ball as a double. And the purpose is they're trying to let the game play and not blow the whistle as much.
Christine, you're the director of Intensity Volleyball Club. Talk a bit about what that is and how you got into it and what it does.
So Intensity Volleyball Club is a local club. We are out of Harford County. We are the home to 15 teams from the ages of U11 up to U18. We are housing currently about 160 girls play in the club. It's been amazing to watch the club experience for all these girls. Majority of the girls that are playing at a high school level now are playing club ball. The level of volleyball in the county has grown so much because of the club experience. They're getting more touches on the ball, more experience. Used to be girls walked into high school, they had never touched a volleyball prior to the high school experience. So it's opened up a lot for the county. We never used to see showings in state tournaments as a county, as Harford County. Now we generally have several teams that make state appearances, which is great for our county. It's been fabulous. We're not the only club now. There are other clubs in the county. And to me, I just want to see the girls play. Like that's what it's all about, is getting them more touches on the ball.
Well, we're ready for game 2 now. Again, it's best of 25. Camacho with the serve.
Nice pass.
Oh, great
nice block again.
Great block. Is that the 14
I believe
Layla
that's
Price?
number 14, yep.
Yeah, Layla, the 6-footer, 19 kills on the year coming in. Great block. Had 3 blocks. Now she's got at least 4. I think she might have had 1 in the first game. So Tech breaks on top 1-0. Camacho with the serve. Got to get it over, and they do. Boy, block at the net, avoiding getting into the net. Great job. That was Maddie Kelly up to make that block, and the point for Falston were even at 1. Emma Chasen to serve.
Good play. She noticed that the middle is still a little bit open, so she's trying to utilize that as best as she can.
Great diving save by the libero. That's Emmy DeBose.
Nice swing again.
Oh, wow.
Maddie Kelly again.
Maddie up, and there's no defense. I mean, you want to be somewhere else when that ball is coming over the net. Maybe 50 miles an hour?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
You need to have that middle blocker up there. You know, they're running a little bit of a shorter set. That shorter set allows them to run a faster offense.
Again, good play by the libero.
Nice up.
Could that be long? No, they save it in. Oh, just a little miss hit. By the way, you got a good chance to see there Shelly Disharon. There you go, see the replay. Wow. You know what? That takes a lot of courage. That ball is coming over there. You know, even though it's a larger ball, it's not like a softball or something, but that's long.
And that was good call on Harford Tech's part.
But you know, you want to be somewhere else.
Yep.
Takes courage.
Yep, I'm okay. I'm okay not being in the. That's why you have a libero, because they're the ones that sacrifice themselves for that.
They are, yeah. 3-2. The lead for the Cougars.
Nice pass again.
Good volley here. Oh, that's
that was
in.
in.
Yeah.
Nice swing.
Good swing by Price. Put that in that corner where nobody could get to it. We're tied at 3. Iana Velez now to serve. Iana just a sophomore. Gets it over.
Nice
wow.
pass. That's an ace.
Did you call that at the campfire?
That would be that middle ball. Yep.
Whoa.
Short balls are hard to pass, and deep balls. You know, you're as a server, it's not always about speed. It's not always about how hard it is. It's location.
Location. Kind of like real estate, huh?
The more experience you get, you wanna work on placement of the ball. Nice swing again.
And then there's Miss Mister. Yeah.
Yes.
What a shot. She is so tough to defend. Actually, that was Carrie Chandler, number 3. Yeah, I was looking at the number. I thought it was 13, but it is number 3. Ponytails sometimes get in the way of numbers. I don't have that problem. My buddy Ray Roos and I, we go to the barber and ask for a haircut.
It's a nice
one hair.
Yep,
Yeah.
I get you on that one.
Yeah.
Nice swing.
That was Mr. Oh, great job by
Hey,
Peck.
that's that feisty side of them. They're not giving up on that ball. Good roll shot. Ooh, a little bit deep. Good touch by Chasen.
Great. Yeah, that ball, she could do nothing else with it. It was so close to the net. Just reached up and kind of tapped it over the net.
And Chasen has to watch. Being a back row setter, she cannot make contact. The ball at some point has to be, some part of the ball has to be below the tape of the net. If she contacts the ball and the entire ball is above the tape of the net, then it would be considered a back row attack. It takes a lot of talent to measure that.
Great hit from the far side.
We've got Harford Tech coming back. They're holding strong this game.
Yeah, and that was Violet Molinari in the ball game, number 22. First time we've called her number. 5-5, we're tied. Great
Nice
serve. Wow. Talk about no man's land, Juliet Cobb.
You know, and one of those things we talked about serving strategy, placement, you know, speed is great. How hard it is great. However, placement is so key. She served that ball right between two players.
Cobb again with the leap serve.
We call those seams.
And it curls the net maybe, what, 2 inches? It goes across the net?
Absolutely. A little bit behind. Nice up by Emma Chasen. Good set by the libero. And Sloan missed her again.
Block, yeah. Mister, though, gets it over the block, goes out of bounds, and so Mister gets the point. We're tied at 6. Had what, 3 lead changes, 2 ties? In the ball game to do the serving is Mia Corsi. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that was actually, I believe she may have gotten that ball up. Unfortunately, there was nobody there to grab it.
Layla Price with that shot again. And again, a lead of 1. 7-6 the lead as the lead changes hands again.
So it looks like, I believe this is the first time we're seeing number 1 in.
Yeah, that's, I'm going to try to pronounce her name if you give me a moment here to sound it out. Ooh, just out of bounds. It's Jaya Dawala Abi. Jaya is in cybersecurity program at Harford Tech.
So I believe game 1, Harford Tech was running what we call 5-1 on offense, which is 1 setter and 5 attackers. And it looks like now they've switched to a 6-2 offense, which Jaya's in for.
Carrie Chandler with the serve.
Good hustle and.
Oh, that low ceiling, that was going to be, looks like we have an injury. Let's hope it's maybe an ankle turn. Timeout on the court.
It's an easy injury in volleyball, knees and ankles.
Being helped off the court. That might be Sienna Woodland, I believe.
I believe that might be Ayana Velez.
Number 9?
Yes, I believe that's.
Yeah, you're right. You have younger eyes than I do. It looked like a 3 to me. It is number 9. Hopefully we'll see her again.
Hopefully it's a quick, just a check, some ice, and.
Boy, you turn that ankle and it hurts like the devil. That's
nice serve.
Great
Again,
serve.
on that line placement.
Great serve by Carrie Chandler. Now it's a 2-point lead for the Cougars, their biggest lead of this particular set. Oh, hit the, that's out of bounds, I guess, if it hits that upright.
Yep, if it hits the antenna, then it would be considered out of bounds automatically.
Antenna.
Now, if it played off the net, they could still continue to play, but if it hits the antenna, then it would be out of bounds.
Chandler.
Nice serve right across the net. Nice touch by number 8, Faith Andren again.
Yeah, it went over there.
It was a smart play. Without that little touch, it would not have gone over.
Andreen is a senior. She's going to go into molecular biology and neuroscience. I can't even spell them, much less pass them. Wants to be a pediatric surgeon. Wow. National Honor Society.
Good try for the grab for that.
Now it's 11-8. This game has been tied 3 times, lead changed 3 times.
And we got Sloan Mister. She got a nice, hard, consistent serve.
Sloan Mister, the junior, 22 aces on the year. Get off that. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got a gym. It's plenty high for basketball. It's plenty high for most sports. But in volleyball, you want, what, 30 feet, maybe 40?
You want a lot of feet. Again, you know, you work on as time goes on, it's amazing. The speed of the game changes. So the better teams are going to be teams that are considered to pass lower and quicker because you can run a faster offense. The lower the passes are, the quicker the offense, the less time the defense has to react to the plays. So as time goes on and experience happens, you're hoping to see those passes streamlined right to the setter's hands, no higher than 10 feet in the air. We want to see that ball just slide right in.
There you see Christopher Kraft talking to his team. Chris, just a wonderful guy. I had a chance talking before the game. A science teacher at the middle school. He played at St. Francis in college. It's now his second year as the head coach and building a program. And that's what he's doing at Boston. We'll talk a bit when we have some time about the realignment of the divisions. People are used to the Susquehanna and Chesapeake division. That's no longer. We have now 3 divisions, which is going to get very interesting. So many mixed opinions, Christine, about whether they like it or not, or whether it's going to work out.
I think it's going to take a few years to figure that out.
Nice little dink.
Nice up. Good, great, a nice play. That was the setter, back row.
Got to go over and will not. Yeah, that time it was on the second time. You get used to as a defense, okay, 3 times, and then all of a sudden, boom, they hit you with that second one.
And sometimes that's the best plays because you're throwing them off guard. They're waiting for the 3 touches on the ball.
13-8. Great serve by Mister.
Nice swing. That's short half ball. Change up, we call it. Kind of
There
like
it
in
is.
baseball. You got the
Like
same
in
thing in
baseball.
volleyball.
Yeah, and that was number 8. That was Mary Paff with the score.
Which is interesting because Mary Paff in game 1 played as a libero.
Yeah.
So she's back out on the court, looks like as an outside hitter this game. Nice miss hit.
Oh, beautiful
Still
save.
worked.
What a great dig. That feistiness that we heard about with
That
the
was a
Harford Tech
great
Cobras.
play. Oh, let's
Oh,
see
what
if
a
they
save.
recover.
Oh, they get it over.
That
Oh,
was a
my
great
goodness.
play. Good hustle on both teams.
This time in the old, what did you call it? In the middle?
Oh, yeah, the campfire or the donut.
Campfire and donut, yeah.
It is one of the toughest places to defend. Most teams spend a lot of time defending that. That ball should never be the back row player, the person in the middle back's position. What a great serve.
That ball was hit so hard. I mean, you know, there's just hardly no way you could return it. This Sloan Mister, so all around. 45 kills, 35 digs, 22 aces. I mean, how can you do that? You're usually good at one or the other. Is that in? It is in. It's the line. Wow, what a serve. Seriously, Christine, being good at you know, an ace, or being good at a dig, or being good at a kill, but being good at all 3.
I know. It's a great all-around player. Generally, those players are outside hitters.
They're talking about now, did it hit the line?
She's calling it in still.
Yeah.
She's upholding the call, caught
Yeah.
it in.
I think it was. I think it hit the line. The line is in play in volleyball, unlike some sports where the line is out of play.
So now if you watch Sloan serve, it has top spin on it. So there's a couple different types of serve, and Sloan is serving what we call a top spin serve, and generally they're the hardest serves. As a receiver on those balls, you literally just want to get under the ball, make contact, and actually you're going to need to pull back as you receive that ball so that it loses some of the speed off of the ball.
And there's the slight mistake that hits the net, and the point goes over to Harford Tech, and that breaks the scheme. This was at 7-7. It's 16-8 now, and now it's 16-9.
Coming in, Emmy DeBose again.
We're checking 18-9.
Nice serve by Emmy.
DeBose with that serve. I love the celebrations that they all have come up with, a different kind of celebration every time.
Yep, each team has their own distinct celebration, which I love.
18-10. Well, Christine, as you said, you look at DeBose, and certainly not a big person, but she can still be, playing in this game and playing it well. I think that was touched at the line. Nope. It looked like to me it was touched by a Boston player, but they're going to say no.
Looks like we have number 17 coming in, Sarah Fraunfelker. Looks like Sarah will be playing a middle hitter.
They still have 18-10. Now they make it 19-10. Again, it looked like to me that there was a touch by the Boston player, but the officials say no, it's Boston ball.
Nice up by Emmy. Great grab.
Emmy DuBose.
Big
Up and
swing.
out. Yep. 19-11.
That set was a little bit off the net. She was a little under the ball. That makes it travel a little bit deeper.
Off the camera, we were watching Velez being helped off the floor, not putting any weight on that right ankle.
Oh.
There you see her. That's a shame. We hate to see that. You mentioned, Christine, ankles and knees.
Two biggest injuries in volleyball.
19-11. Oh, just hits the top of the net and does not go over. 20-11.
Serving is such a critical part of the game. We've got to get our serves in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free point for the other team. You don't get it over.
I always say if you can't serve and pass, you can't play.
Chasen.
Nice serve.
Great serve. Chasen employs that stand-still serve. You see a lot of players coming up from 10 or 15 away. She stands right at the line and hammers it.
You know, and it's crazy. They can be just as effective as other serves. It just based solely on the player. Nice serve.
DuBose. Nope, 4 times.
You know, probably a great strategy by Chasen. She's trying to, what worked before, she's going after again.
Remember, this game was tied at 7-7. Harford Tech had leads 3 times in the game, and all of a sudden now.
She switched that up. It was a nice, short, easy serve. Changed the velocity of the ball. Good pickup. Good
Great
communication.
block at the net.
Nice up. Let's see what they do with it. That was a good pickup.
Not able to get it over. Make it 23-11 now. It's amazing how this game was so close and it was back and forth.
You know, we had the injury. You know, those injuries, it changes the game. It really does change how the game works out.
Bit long. That serve is so hard to get it to fall in. Takes such skill. I mean, it clears the net by what, 5 inches?
Absolutely.
And then it's out of bounds.
And then it's out of bounds.
23-12.
We've got number 11, Gianna
Nicoteras in the serve.
Great pass. See, we got Sarah Fraunfelker.
DuBose.
Nice up. Good roll. Nice pickup. Going back. Nice movement of the ball by the setters. Oh.
Yeah, it never got over. 24-12. Game point coming up.
Looks like Felston has a traditional game point.
Mary Path in to serve.
Oh, nice swing. Sloan missed her again.
Yeah, Sloan missed her, said thank you. When the ball was like 2 inches above the net, you go up and hit it over. That is the game point. 25-12. So it's 25-10 and now 25-12.
Really hoping for Harford Tech to come back this game. I think they need to regroup. I think they need to bring up their energy a little bit. You know, having that player go out on an injury definitely brings you down a little bit. It's hard. And I think they have the ability. I just think they need to regroup themselves.
There you saw that game point.
There we go.
Mr. Got up over the net, didn't touch the net. That would be a violation, obviously. And it helps. She's what, maybe 5'8", 5'9"?
I would guess she's probably about 5'8". Yep. And it just shows that she's got some good. She's got a good vertical in her.
Good hops.
Yep, that's what I like to refer to as good hops.
7'4 1/4. That's what the net is. So if you're 5'10", now I'm not really good at math.
Oh.
You know, math kind of. That's why I became a history teacher. Algebra class said, "Nah, this is probably not for me. I better find something else." But 7'4 1/4 compared to 5'8", you got to get up pretty high.
Get your hops in. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see, that's
volleyball
4,
players do a lot of training on plyometrics to get those hops in.
I'm still working on the math.
Yeah.
5.
Hit me up tomorrow. Might be there.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot. Yep. Yep. Tim's good at everything. Hey, Tim, if you're 5'7", okay, and the net is 7'4", how high do you have to get it over the net? Tim's working on it. I don't know what he said, but yeah, it's so 7'4" is the net, and you're 5'7". Tim's working on it. 1'7" That's what Tim Brecka says. That's wrong. Send cards and letters to Tim, not to me. Yeah, they told me there was not going to be any math in this thing. That's what I heard. Christine Mitchell, my partner. Christine, I really appreciate you coming and helping me to understand this great game of volleyball. It is so much fun to watch because there's so much action back and forth.
Absolutely. It's actually even more fun to coach. So if you know anybody, you love the game, you should get into coaching because there are not enough coaches in youth volleyball in Harford County. So,
Christine, we mentioned that boys volleyball, which you're going to do with me later as well. Harford County and Wycomico County, the only two counties in the state of Maryland that have boys volleyball.
Correct.
Why? I have no idea. It is such a great sport for boys to play. Think about basketball. If I'm a basketball coach, I'm going to get my boys to play volleyball. I mean, what training it is to play basketball.
You do see a lot of boys that go between those two sports, and generally volleyball's a fall sport and basketball's a winter, so there should be no conflict.
And I go back to the days at Aberdeen. We were talking with the Mitchell brothers, who were about 6'7" each. Aberdeen were just unbeatable back in the 70s. Those two young men stood at the front line, and they jammed everything down on the opponents. Well, here we go, the third game then. Actually, as you well know, Harford Tech has to stay alive. They're going to win this one to force it to go to a fourth game. So here we go. Good job by the libero.
Nice. That was a great
nice
touch.
Dig to both.
What a nice job.
And you mentioned it, given her body.
Oh.
I think she lost it in the lights. It looked like the ball was coming down. Maybe she thought somebody else was going to hit it.
Yeah, I think she did lose that in the lights. These lights are really tough to play in. Fluorescent lights are definitely tough to play in for volleyball.
I mean, come on. The game is tough enough without losing it in the lights. Come on. That ball got a little bit deep. You got to make that decision. Are you going to dig it with the upward motion? Are you going to hit it up with and sometimes that ball right at your waist? It's almost impossible.
Looks like we have a sub again. Sienna Woodland coming in.
For Harford Tech.
There's that Abigail Wagner again.
Jason setting. That's out, I think.
Deep.
Yeah, just a
Tiny
little
bit deep.
Good effort. That was Carrie Chandler, hit it just a little bit long. Point now for the Cobras. They're down by 2-1. Camacho with the serve.
Nice up.
What
swing.
A great set.
That ball in the middle campfire every time. So that ball is generally our wings. We call them the two outside players, not the middle back player. The two outside players should be getting that. The middle back player's responsibility is the line in the two deep corners. So there needs to be a lot of communication there.
Boy, Chasen set that up so well for Kelly, and Kelly got the kill.
Deep serve.
It could have been out.
Yeah.
Such a tough decision to make. You let it go and it falls in. It's a point against you. If you hit it, at least you've got a chance. 4-1. Again, that example of the ball getting to the point, maybe waist to chest, and you have to make a decision. Do you punch it up or do you try to dig it?
And at that point, they need to make the decision. Do they adjust their serve receive? Do they move somebody back? Are they having somebody call the line in the back row?
Curry with the serve.
And then she switches it up short. Good for her. That's a great strategy for the server.
Amy DeBose giving her body, diving for it, unable to get it up. 6-1. Alyssa Curry, the libero, senior, second year. Trying to get it over the net. Wasn't there quite able to get it. Later pace hit the top of the net and came back. Timeout called by Harford Tech. 7-1. Again, Christine, you talk about developing, and both these two teams are young teams developing. There, by the way, you see some FaceTime for Shelly Disharone. Shelly, Shelly's a little bit bored by everything going on. No, I told Shelly that, are you sure that's your son, Connor Disharone, or your brother?
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that they do this together, though.
It is.
But I'm going to have to tell you. Oh, looks like we're doing a replay. What a great up.
There you'll see how she gets up, not quite able, tried to one-hand that ball over the net, didn't get it done.
Nice set. That's a tough swing for an outside, for player that's a lefty swinging outside. That ball comes across your body. That's definitely a tougher swing. You see a lot of times left-hand players generally play on the right side.
Okay, and she's about, what, 5 or 6 feet from the net, so, you know, you really can't hit it down. You got to hit it sort of up. Curry.
Let's see if they come back after this timeout. Nice pass, good start. Let's see.
Here's
she got that
what a block,
nice block.
At the net.
That's Sarah Fraunfelker, it looks like.
Yeah,
and not sure if Carrie Chandler got on it, but it was definitely a touch by Sarah Fraunfelker.
Yeah, Fraunfelker, the sophomore, not a starter, came in. She's played well.
Great serving, number 5, Alyssa Curry.
Yeah, the libero comes in. Wearing, as Christine said, that different colored jersey. Yeah. Great server. Oh, what a play.
Let's see what they set up. Nice swing. Oh, great swing again.
Yeah, kill. Yep, that's number 3, and that's Carrie Chandler. Carrie with 23 kills on the year. 23 kills, 46 assists, 19 digs. Starter at the end of last year. 10-1.
Deep serve.
That's out.
She had a great run.
10-2. Yeah, it was 2-1 at one point, and now it's 10-2. Tech getting in some different players. This is Gina Nicoteras who'll be doing the serving. Gina's second year on the varsity sports medicine program. She's the senior class secretary. Talk about a thankless job, secretary, huh? Do all the work, get none of the credit.
I agree.
Switching up now, and Carrie Chandler will now check it. It's Mia Corsi doing the serving. Mia, the lefty.
It's a great pass.
A nice little dip.
Good touch. See, oh.
Great play. Pace with putting it over. Used her right hand that time, just kind of flicked it over. They gave the point to Paulson. I think, yeah, now they give it to Tech, 11-3. New player in to serve, that's Juliet Cobb. Juliet is in the nursing program.
Nice serve.
Not quite able to get over.
And again, tough play for her. She's that lefty, and you've got that ball set way outside on that op. Pushing that ball with that right hand, you know, it takes a lot out of them to do that.
Lexi Rappo, R-A-P-O. I think it's Lexi Rappo in the ball game for Boston.
It's a great serve. Good defense, nice pass.
Great set. That's
that
going to
was
be
out.
long, yep. 12-4. We talked about Harford Tech and the programs. Nursing, they tell me, is like almost impossible to get in because there's so much demand for young women especially, and men, to get into the nursing program. So impressed with everything about Harford Tech. You know, their sports programs, especially their women's programs.
Absolutely. I had the privilege. My son actually attended Harford Tech and graduated from the sportsmen program there.
Wow.
And it was a great opportunity for him.
And you all live where?
We are in Bel Air, so.
So you would have gone, he would have gone to Bel Air High School?
At the time, we actually lived in North Hartford.
Okay.
So he would have gone to North Hartford. My daughter actually went to North Hartford and played volleyball at North Hartford.
So getting up at what, 5 in the morning to catch the bus?
That was pretty much it. Or mom dropping him off at school because he didn't want to get up at 5, so mom would get up at 5.
What a mother.
So that mom could drive 30 miles to drive to school.
Oh,
Which really
great
wasn't
job.
30 miles. It just felt that way.
It did, yeah, especially that time of the morning. Maddie Kelly with the kill. 14-4 the score.
It looks like, oh, we have Sarah Fraunfelker back at the serving line. I think this is the first time we're going to see Sarah serve today.
Christine, we talk about the commitment to to give up your home
Great
school
serve.
to be able to go to Harford Tech.
Yep. It's a commitment. It's a big commitment. You know, your friends are spread out all over the county. Looks like there would have been a touch on that.
Yeah, touched at the net. Point goes 15-4. So it looks like Falston will get its win here today. Looks like the Cougars will go to now 5-2. Meanwhile, Harford Tech is going to be dropping to 3-5.
Another hard serve. Let's see.
Tough win.
That was
Nope, won't
so
go over.
close. That
So
was a
the
great
point.
grab for the Falston team, pulling that ball out of the net.
You're right. Boy, what a difficult job that is. All you can do is just try to hit it up in the air and get it far enough away from the net that you can make a play.
Number 22. Yep. Violet Malari?
Yeah, Molinari. Yeah.
Molinari.
Yeah. I think
Molieri.
Molieri. Yeah, thank you. You said that correctly, and she gets the point. Violet Molieri is a third-year player on the varsity. She's in the sports medicine program. Another
Nice
one of the
pass.
popular programs at Tech. Oh, great hit.
Nice hit.
Coming from the outside. That was number 11. That was Gianna Nicoteras. Sorry, Gianna. 15-7. Oh, great job to get it over.
Nice pass. Bring the kill. Let's see if they can pick it up. Following that ball. Nice way.
Yep, they do get it
There
over.
we go. Let's see. Good swing from behind her.
The old campfire, right in the middle.
Number 19, Natalie Gross.
You talked about, and the coaches talked about feisty, the term they use for Harford Tech. This is a team that I think in the next year or two is going to be a team to be reckoned with. Chasen to serve. So impressed with her serving.
Nice ball.
And her set.
Nice
How do you
swing.
set it any better? I mean, she set it right on the plate for Maddie Kelly. Maddie killed it. Well, you get a good setter. You know, they're worth their weight in gold.
You can't have an offense without a great setter. You know, spend your time training your setters. Great serve to that corner.
Wow.
Nice up. Let's see if they can.
They do get it over.
Great set. Good try on the block. You know, it's interesting with Harford Tech. I've always found it really interesting because, you know, a lot of these girls that play at Falston have grown up playing in rec programs through Falston, and they've been together their whole lives. You know, the girls from Harford Tech show up one day and have no idea who each other are.
Yeah,
and then they get on a court and they've never played together. Where some of these girls at Falston have been playing together for the last 4 or 5 years already.
Boy, great point. Chasen with a wonderful shot. And they go home. Out of bounds it goes, and so the point goes to Tech. They go home not, you know, with their friends and so forth. They go back to North Harford or Bel Air, Edgewood or Joppatown, and so they may not see their teammates until the next day at school.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept how great the sports programs are at Tech, considering, again, I'll say a lot of these girls at the different high school. Nice touch by Maddie. Is that Maddie Kelly?
Kelly,
yep,
yeah.
Maddie Kelly again. You know, some of these girls, like I said, they play. You know, Falston girls, they'll play in a club team together for 2 or 3 years before they even get to high school. And at Harford Tech, you know, they're walking in a gym and it's 12 strangers. So it's amazing to see them come together like they do.
Abby Wagoner.
Oh, good try by the setter. It's a tough ball to pull out of there.
Yep. Yeah, that was number 6, Jamila Camacho, that tried to make that save. Make it 20-8 now. So tough.
I feel like Abigail Wagner has not missed a serve today, and she's been super effective. It would probably be why she's one of the first server on the court. You always want to try to rack up the most points at the beginning of the game. It gives you a good basis for the rest of the game.
And remember, just a
Nice
sophomore.
corner. Nice pickup by Emma Chasen.
Chasen, yeah.
Oh, got the setter swinging on that one. Nice
And
ball.
you do get it all. What a play by the libero. That's by Alyssa Curry. She gets a chance to get a kill, huh? I like it.
Doesn't happen often, but I love it.
Yeah. 22-8 now, 3 points away from winning the third game and winning the entire match.
Abigail moves the ball around the court. Super effective in serving.
Abby Wagoner, 12 aces coming in. That was another ace there. I don't know how many she's had today. 2 points away from winning the match. Amazing. She's, what, served like 5 points in a row?
Now we're going for game point, actually match point for the Foston Cougars, 24-8.
You can hear the fans here. We haven't mentioned the fans. Nice contingent from both schools. Oh, good job. Keeping it alive. Feisty? Yeah, that's the word.
Mom and son are very in unison with reffing. It's really nice to see the two of them working together.
Lexi Rappo with that kill.
Nice serve.
Yeah, Camacho.
That's a tough serve on that.
They're not going away. You know, they were down. They had a chance to pack the bags and go home. They said, no,
It's that
you're going to earn
feisty
it.
piece. They're not ready to give up.
Camacho.
Nice serve. See?
Chasen, look at Chasen's set.
Nice
oh my
touch
goodness.
by Maddie.
Wow, why don't you just put the ball on the net and then knock it over? Wow.
Gorgeous hands she has.
Yeah, that combination, we've talked about them a lot. Maddie Kelly with the kill and Chasen with the set. And the win for the Cougars. They win it 3 straight sets, 25-10, 25-12, and 25-10. Christine Mitchell, when we look at this match, you could say, okay, it's 3 games to none. Fallston dominated. Yes, they did. But this Harford Tech team showed a lot of heart.
Absolutely. They came, they were ready, you know, and you're going to see a lot of great things from them down the road. You know, and again, from both of these teams, it's going to be great to watch these programs grow over the next couple years. Looking forward to see their next matchup, hopefully next season.
Yeah, you look at Fallston lost to Patterson Mill 0-3 and 1-3 to Bel Air. But I think this team is going to, in the next couple of weeks, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with.
I absolutely agree. It's going to be great to see where they go with regionals. They will play in different regions since we've got Tech and Hatem Division and Fallston and Tidings Division.
Right.
So they both may make it out into the regional program, and we'll see where they end up.
Well, we do hope you've enjoyed it, this volleyball match from Fallston High School. The Fallston Cougars winning it 3 straight sets. Their record now goes to 5-2 on the year. Meantime, Harford Tech will drop to 3-5 on the season. Christine Mitchell, it has been a pleasure.
Don, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the offer and love doing it.
Wonderful. Hope you all can tune in all year long to Harford TV's coverage of the Harford Sports Showcase. We'll say goodnight, everyone. Don Morrison, Christine Mitchell. Have a good evening.